Speaking of riding style, the Yamaha really lend itself to this circuit and to your ride. I talked to Jake about this. I said, is great at this track, being the edge of the tire, and it just handles through the turns really well. So it's kind of funny that he said that, and then our top three are all three style, and he said the Yamahas.
And you know, now he does so much
for Escalante. Here's a look at our race leader into this, tied in points.
Into that, Hannah, just watching him now.
Because you spend so much time on
for the top of the leaderboard. And Jay, this gives us a really good opportunity to see cold tearing on these tires. I started thinking to myself, more of his speed per lap.
Now, Greg, if you remember before,
J.Gagne, of course, coming in on the rear end of the motorcycle. Now, keep in mind, one of the most talented racers we've ever seen in J.Gagne. And how Gagne, you know, with and that motocross style, he loves it moving around. Hannah, what do you think?
Less with his upper body under.
As Gagne tends to make more.
We see that bike moving side to side underneath him so much, and he just doesn't look like that as much anymore. Here's a good look at CPeterson. He's about 2.5 seconds back, and he gets braking than he did before. Like, it's way
wide,
way out there, way more comfortable than I'd be comfortable at curbing and getting as close to that grass. So CPeterson right now, 23.6 for his teammate last time, getting up on top of that. 24.1 for Pete. Now about 2.5 seconds back. Peterson, to put that in perspective, Skoltz just there in the background on the 11 as you're going to get a good look at the Westby rider now. He went 24 flat the last time through, so he's gained a 10th or so. All of our leaders 24.0, 24.1, and 24.0 respectively for the three Yamahas. On Peterson, the last two up at the front.
Last 13 times Sports Park in the Medallia Superbike class for Matthew Skoltz. He's trying to make it 11. Racing here at Barber Motors and scoring screens, looking at PJ Jacobs.
As you had said, to
been on the podium 10 times.
Make it so that that cutback couldn't happen.
Looking at the timing, but also looking at Jake Gagne. His fastest lap of the race, a 1:22.8, lead over Cameron Peterson. He's backed out of that about a second and a half, so a 1:24.3. Now comfortably, just maintaining that 2.5 second. But this is the problem. When you get back into these battles and you're racing for position and points, as we're still early on in this season, you've got to push beyond your comfort level to keep this pace up. So Richie Escalante, Vision Wheel M4 X-Star, that bike, more parts coming in. Duran Suzuki really starting to come into his own. He had a good qualifying effort, but still working to develop in the course of the season to keep improving this aging Giancarlo Panigale V4R.
Last lap
6R 1000 that still performs at such a high level compared to this relatively new, fresh from Italy.
Escalante rolled up too close to Heron through here, and this time he's a little bit further back, and he needs to be able to get the drive and go down the inside here rather than the outside.
Well, Greg mentioned how much they finally feeling like a superbike racer the last 2 years in a row also gives that Richie has really grown, and he said being with the same team for them confidence. He feels at home, he really trusts them. He says they are continuously working to give him all of some small setting changes to help with like a little bit calmer for him.
Hannah, what do you got on Richie?
So that it will contribute better to his focus.
So lap
tools for success, and they made
11 of 16 away from CPeterson. And we're looking at PJ Jacobson leading Josh Heron and Richie Escalante. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th. As Gagne still
more grip, but also make the
still continues to lead 2.5 seconds. Who's got a 2.7 second lead over Matthew Skoltz. That's currently your post thing, Jay, in talking with the team was that they felt like they feel like
J. Jacobson.
Oh, and poor Heron has to check up on put the anchor out pass. It looks like it's going to be to slow down the 99. All the while,
to try to take a nibble at
Cameron Bobier, just left part of your screen. Teammates to PJ Jacobson.
I can see PJ's bike moving around too on entry, just into that right-hander, and it's a really hard corner as well, Greg. It's also somewhat.
And that one is PJ really
semi-blind as you go through there. Now Escalante is Heron, and I think that he'll try to do it at the same places he did it before. See, Heron's bike is just
the sophistication, of course.
It's extremely loose down through there, and he's just doing everything he can to fight to keep as many people behind him.
Yeah, keep in mind
out of this right-hander going down.